So now that the Skyward Sword Link review is done, now we can move on to the Link Between Worlds review. I don't know how to start this video other than doing a random edit, so here you go.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
The box does look pretty good. Now on the top in front of the box it says DX, means deluxe version, which means this Figma Link comes with more accessories than the standardized version. And let me just tell you, you want the deluxe version.
I can feel the money loosening from my wallet already.
And talking about accessories, he comes with a lot of accessories. One of the things he includes is this green background that you can punch the little square thing in the back. It's not something I'm really fond of, so I just keep it inside the box. Now he comes with your basic Figma instructions, which shows you how to attach all the parts, both in English and Japanese. Now Link comes with two face options, his normal smiling face and his angry face. All you have to do is swap it, is take the faceplate and hairpiece off and just put the new faceplate on and replace the hairpiece back. I do find it a little disappointing that the hairpiece is a little loose. I've even had it at times where both the hairpiece and the faceplate have fallen off while moving the figure, but it doesn't happen that often. Now Link is sporting Ravio's bracelet from the game. He can only put it on his left hand and not his right because of the sculpting, the way it's done. Now what it allows him to do is transform into a painting that he can walk on the walls somewhat, or he can shift back into his normal human form if he wants. Now I've never played the game, so I really don't know a lot of the features of this game, so I had to look this up. Now there is a special painting Link item which we'll get onto later. Now to swap out the hands, all you have to do is pull the hand out and just pop a new one on. This figure has a tendency to have the actual ball joint stay on the hand, so it is a little finicky. It is kind of troublesome that it happens, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be no deal at all. And in case you lose the hand joint, you get an extra one for free. Yes. Now the hands he comes with are closed fists, open palm hands, open fists, and open palm peg hands. And for the hands you're not using, you can store all the hands here.
I'm scared. I'm moving on.
Now he comes with this trusty Master Sword, which looks good with all the paint on there. Now when you take it apart, you have to put it in a certain way, if you can see on this peg right here. He also comes with a shield, which works on a similar peg system as the sword, which you have to put it in a certain way. All you have to do is remove the handle from the sword, slide the handle through the hand, and peg the sword back in. All you have to do with the shield is unpeg the handle and unpeg it so you can slide it through the fist, peg that little piece back on, peg the handle back into the shield, and put the arm guard back into place, and you've got it. And what I like about the shield is it's nice and solid compared to the Skyward Sword shield is a piece of junk. Now with the sword and shield in hand, he looks really good and can get some pretty good, decent action poses.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now just like the Skyward Sword Link, young Link here gets a Figma stand as well, with the Figma logo engraved on the bottom of the base. Now for articulation, it rotates at the base and has 3 joints that you can move in any direction you want. I find that the peg without the other 2 additional pegs works in pegging onto his back very well, but for the 2 others you could use for one for a standing pose, while the other is for more action-like poses. Now one of the items Link comes with is a pot, which you can have him hold, or you can put on the ground and actually put a couple of the items he comes with in the pot. Now he comes with a rupee, which is currency for Hyrule. The rupee comes with its own stand, and you can put it in the pot if you want. You can have him hold the rupee with his peg hand, but it's best to use the stand because the peg hand doesn't really securely hold it, so you kind of have to balance it in the peg hand, so that's why I prefer the stand. Now he also comes with a bomb, which you could normally find in pots and grass and a couple of other places as well. And this is where the peg hand comes in. You can have him hold it in his hand and pretend like he's throwing it. And you can also use a stand, but it's very tight. And you can also store it in the pot if you want. Now one of the weapons he comes with is his hook shot. All you have to do is take the handle off and split it in half so you can slide it through the hand, peg it back in, and he can hold his hook shot. Now you can also extend the hook shot by just taking the hook off and put the extended hook on, so you can get him some really cool launching poses like he's attached to a wall. With the stand it makes it even better. And this is... I'm not really sure. Let me Google this real quick. And apparently these snail creatures are called Mai-Mais. Basically, if you collect 10 of these Mai-Mais, you can take them to the mother Mai-Mai and she'll upgrade your weapons. This is quite an odd accessory. I mean, nothing too much to complain about. I'm just nitpicking a little. Now this item is called the Tornado Rod. It's basically like a portable helicopter for Link to hold on to move to place. And it's basically the same thing. Take the thing apart, put it in his hand, and there you go. Now you can take the top off and use this really cool special effect part, put it on the actual peg and repeg the little circle thing back on it. It looks like he's flying. This is really cool. I like these sort of things included in figures. And now we finally get on to the Link painting item. Now as you notice, his bracelet is on his left arm. Now he can't really stand on his own unless you have this stand attachment piece, which you just slide on this little piece here. And it makes Link look like he's transformed into a painting, which is really, really cool. And I love things like this. It's just really well thought out, and good job, Figma. And just in case you need to store the parts, it comes with a plastic Figma baggie. So for articulation, he has a ball jointed head, which can move left, right, tilt side to side, and move up and down. I do feel like the head joint is a bit limited though. The cap has a swivel on it. He can move his arm all the way out here. He has a butterfly joint. The arm can rotate 360 degrees. Nice elbow joint. Elbow swivel. Ball jointed hand that can move up and down and side to side if you move the ball joint. He has a ball jointed ab crunch. He has ball jointed hips that can move up, down, left, and right, and also has a thigh swivel.
Don't let your kids watch it!
And another ball joint in his waist, if you count that. He has a knee joint. He's got a swivel below the knee joint. He has a ball jointed ankle which can move left, right, up, down, can do an ankle rocker, and has a toe tilt. For size comparison, here is Link with Figma Skyward Sword Link, Mastermind Creations Arrow Alpha, Marvel Legends Gwenpool, and Marvel Legends Infinity War Spider-Man. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. One of the pros is he looks very good and is not a too bad representation of Link from A Link Between Worlds. He's got a lot of accessories because this is the deluxe version, but he comes with a good quality amount of accessories, and all the accessories are pretty awesome. He has great amount of articulation where you can get some good poses. Any poses you need, you should be fine. Comes with the Figma stand and plastic baggie. My only real nitpick is the hair piece slash face sometimes can fall off. It's not too bad. It's not going to fall off constantly, but every once in a while it can. And the Figma joint likes to stay on the hand when pulling out. It's not a huge issue. It just sometimes that happens, but it rarely happens. Other than that, I have no cons.
What?
This figure is amazing. It is great. It is just so awesome. Now this figure is amazing and definitely worth having. Especially, it's better over the Skyward Sword Link, and it comes with a lot of accessories, good action poses. This figure is pretty much almost perfect, and it's basically the same situation that I got this figure for free, even though the original price tag was $30. Now, after getting these two Figma figures, I really would like to review some more, and I've got some on my list. So, let's take a look at them. Oh, that's not cheap. Don't, Wallet, calm down. It's alright. Everything's alright. We will get through this.
One eternity later.
But this does put a smile on my face.
Oh, yeah.